Well, those leaks just keep coming from the set of James Gunn's Superman film. This is the Sox Rocker Show. Well, hello, welcome back to the show, and if you are new here, well then simply welcome. Today we're going to talk about, you guessed it, more DC news, rumors, theories, guesses, supposed leaks, blah, blah, blah. And first off, I'm going to talk about, well, this guy. None other than Mr. Terrific, who is being played by Eddie Gattegi in Jimmy Gunn's new Superman saga. Now, at first glance, I would say that he's pretty dead-on comic book accurate, appearance-wise, from what we've seen so far. I mean, his costume is pretty freaking damn good. Much better than that baggy-ass Superman suit we've seen at this point, I think, anyways. Hell, in my opinion, WB should market that jacket he's wearing. But this is WB, so, well, I digress. Now, the reason that old Mr. Terrific is causing a stir these past few days is because many eagle-eyed DC feasters have homed in on the fact that dead center of Terrific's chest is an emblem, an arrow emblem. And if you've been paying attention to the supposed set leaks these past few weeks, then hopefully you know that that emblem is none other than the crest for Lord Tech Enterprises, which is owned by none other than Maxwell Lord of DC comic book fame. Now, the last time we heard anything about Maxwell Lord in a film role, well, he was played by Pedro Pascal in Wonder Woman 1983, a film that many have tried to forget. Now, in typical DC comic book fashion, there have been different variants of lore throughout the years, but the one that sticks in most people's minds, I would think, would be the Maxwell Lord, who was the financial backer of the Justice League of America, acting as their leader of sorts. And I might add that this version of Lord in the film will be played by Sean Gunn. Yep, little Jimmy's younger brother. Talk about family, job security. But anyways, now why does this have the DC fanboys getting all jiggy with it? Well, because if this emblem on Mr. Terrific's chest is in fact a Lord Tech emblem, then it's kind of safe to assume that he works for or with Lord, and therefore it could kind of sort of maybe mean that, yep, there is in fact a Justice League in little Jimmy's Superman world, much like I stated in my last show because of Ultraman's presence in the film. But then again, most of us pretty much already assumed that fact months ago when Gunn released the ever so massive list of DC characters that he himself handpicked for the film. Mr. Terrific, Hawk Girl, Green Lantern, Supergirl, Metamorpho, etc., etc. Well, they're all slated to appear. So why any of this is a shocker to anyone at all is way beyond me. I just think that it's cool to finally see DC going through the motions of making the film. Hell, any film. And speaking of Superman's super cousin, it's been said that Millie Alcock, who we all know is playing the Woman of Tomorrow, is rumored to now be in Cleveland, Ohio, or not, where they are currently filming. If so, then it's pretty safe to assume that soon we will probably see her making her debut in her very own Jimmy Gunn-inspired supersuit, and hopefully with a lot less controversy. Now, it is also rumored that Nathan Fillion, who plays Guy Gardner, another Green Lantern, who sports a rather questionable hairstyle, who kind of reminds me of this guy, has also been seen around Cleveland the past few days. So we just may see him pop up as well. Now keep in mind that I said rumored. There have been no pictures as of yet to prove any of this, and Gunn himself said he hasn't personally seen Alcock in Cleveland, which is a rather vague comment to make, and we all know that Gunn bends the truth like Play-Doh. But anyways, and speaking of sets and pics and questionable supersuits, even more pics from the set have leaked or posted. Again, for all of us to debate about, and here's a few of them. We have Soups lifting a banquet table. Just kidding. Whatever it is will be changed in post. We have Supes pointing like a cool dude. We have Supes obtaining liftoff. And we have this one. That kind of looks like he's having some kind of gas discomfort. And I'm sure by the time I'm done doing this video, there will be even more. Now, all this super talk has me wondering. Since it is now pretty much safe to say there is some version of the GLA, or the GSA, in Little Jimmy Gunn's DC world, or at the very least there soon will be for one reason or another, I have to wonder just what it will be like. I mean, will it be all wisecracky and full of yuck one-liners, you know, like Gunn's Guardians movies? Or borderline crass crap like Peacemaker? I certainly hope not. I really do. I know a lot of people took issue with Zack Snyder because he leaned more towards a darker version with the DCEU, which I personally liked because it set DC apart from the lighter, brighter, Disney-fied MCU. And I really do wish it would have stayed that way, but it didn't, and so I shall shut my yapper about it for now anyways. Let's just suffice it to say that I hope Superman does not simply become the adventures of Star-Lord in a Superman suit and leave it at that. Speaking of Star-Lord, we all know that Chris Pratt was seen lurking about on the Superman set a while back, watching a film clip with his pal Jimmy Gunn and a few others. And when asked if he would even consider joining the DCU, he said he'd love to. Now, of course, that could just be Pratt being polite because Gunn let him hang out and all. But what if it was more than that? What if Gunn has a role in mind for the dance-off king himself? Now, I have thought about this for a while, as many others have, damn near since I heard that Gunn became the keeper of the keys over at DC. And one role keeps coming to mind, and that's Hal Jordan, a.k.a. Green Lantern. To me, the Green Lantern. Think about it. Hal Jordan has always been portrayed as having an ego, being abrasive, sarcastic, and arrogant, while at the same time being loyal and brave. Now, far be it from me to be the only one who has put this out there, because I'm obviously not, but Pratt has been Star-Lord, Owen Grady in the Jurassic movies. Hell, he was even a gunslinger in the remake of The Magnificent Seven with Denzel Washington. In all three of these movies, he pretty much played the same cocky kind of dude. And why? Because he's good at it and it suits him. Like I said, I'm not the only one who's thought about it. Now, I ain't claiming that at all. I mean, there's lots of fan art out there showing him as Jordan. Just Google it. I just think he's an obvious choice for the role, so who knows? Now, a buddy of mine thinks he would be a great Batman, but there's no accounting for taste with this one because I think my buddy is a freaking idiot. And so, what do you think of Eddie Gatteti's take on Mr. Terrific? Do you think it's, well, terrific? I think he looks pretty damn good. What do you think about Gunn's assembly of the GLA or GSA heroes? Will they be just another Guardians of the Galaxy in DC clothing? And finally, what's your take on Chris Pratt as Green Lantern? Yes, no? Could you absolutely, positively not give a damn? And finally, what do you think about the new, are they leaked or are they not leaked, Superman photos that have hit the internet? Feel free to leave any comments that you have down below. And if you like today's show, even just a little bit, why don't you hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss the next show. And as always, thanks for stopping by. God bless. Socks out.